Holy moly, he got 8 infantry, only 1 casualty in West Russia. That's a super strong opener. And here I'm facing the first confirmed Platinum player that I recognize, so this is going to be a pretty tough match. Luckily for me, I'm hitting back with a strong opener of my own and managing to keep a sub in Season 7 while killing the destroyer, meaning that he effectively can't get the UK-1 Navy. Alright, my opponent actually got a Navy anyways, so I'm probably going to be doing this 7-on-5 battle, and that's going to be a pretty high variance battle, which I would have liked to avoid it, but I think my opponent has forced my hand there. Pretty standard stuff over here. Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary yet. He has 2 infantry here, which is the only thing that stands out to me. Japan went pretty well. His Briata infantry hit 2 hits. He hit 1 hit here, and I didn't even manage to capture Yunnan, but I got a 4-0 in Szechuan, so I'm going to be able to take round 2 Kazakh, or start to contest it and pressure Russia immediately, which is very nice. And for this particular player, I know he has a habit of suiciding his US fleet here, around 3 or so on the Philippines, so I'm just going to keep the most troop like Navy possible in range, and Air Force in range for that, so that because I have played him before, and then I had a 95% on his Navy, but he got a 2% result and wiped me completely. So this time I'm going to get a 99, because as far as I know, it does this every time, where it just gives away a ton of boats, so I will accept that gift graciously. Alright, and now comes a pivotal turn in this game. It looks like he's improved his strategy and no longer suicides his Pacific fleet, so that's always nice to see. Improvement. So I have about 90% odds on this fleet here, and the average profit is about 28 IPCs, but it's a high variance battle, so if I get a bottom 10% result, that's very bad for me. And I will have to give some concessions. I'll either have to use a tank to trade Ukraine, or I'll have to not capture it this round and lose out on income. So that's a dilemma. We'll if I do take this battle, I'll probably show it. Alright, I ended up going for it. So let's see here. This is a very pivotal battle. A high roll from either side here could pretty much close out the game, I think. Oh, alright. That's 4 hits on 7 attackers. That's slightly above average. And what's he getting? 1. Well, 2 hits. Alright. Continue. Oh, he took his... Oh, okay, right, yeah, I'm continuing here. He took his fighters before his carriers. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, that's a super high value battle. Yeah, and the fact that he took his carrier last is huge for me. Wow. Yeah, most likely would have gotten an additional hit, and it would have halved my profit margin almost from losing 26 instead of 16 is a big deal. Yeah, I think he's gonna be in trouble now. I also bought the sub, so I don't think he's gonna get a Navy with UK for a long time. And this is the end of my turn. Absolutely beautiful round overall. The battles in Belarus and Ukraine went wonderful. I also managed to win the 90% I had on Egypt. And the big crown of them all, the wipe in Z-Zone 7 and dead zoning all the Z-Zones there for an additional turn. Yeah, big attack power lead. This is why deploying the Navy here is generally a bad idea. I mean, it's easy for me to say that when I high roll the battle, but I can respect the effort to try and introduce some variance in these high stakes battles when you want to try and get the win somehow. But now I don't see he's gonna have to really pull off a miracle here to come back. Japan too. He's left a lot of stuff away from India, but since I lost the Yunnan battle round 1, I don't think I really have convincing odds to take it. So I'm just going to be pressuring and grabbing income as fast as possible here. I finished grabbing income. Unfortunately, I lost the battle up here in the Far East. The Soviet infantry hit back, and I'm pivoting my navy stack down here, so I can either go to Australia or to Egypt next turn, depending on the exact results. I'm hoping that oh, wait, yeah, wait, what I was saying, UK has already taken its turn, and it didn't even capture back Egypt. All right, yeah, that's very good for me in that case. That means I can just stack Egypt with a plane probably, and enjoy an income advantage from having Egypt for a few rounds. All right. Oh, they don't. My planes don't reach. Oh, never mind. All right. Well, we'll see what we'll do. I can maybe capture Sudan, put an infantry here, and if it trades back, I hit it with Japan, or I just go and take Australia. Germany 3. My opponent sent some stuff down to Morocco here, but it seems like the majority of its transports are going up into Sea Zone 10 and are preparing to land in France next round, probably, since anything he sends up here will be I'll be able to kill it because of my submarine here in Sea Zone 5. Or actually, I can actually block him entirely from landing here by sending my sub up there. And he's traded pretty aggressively with Russia here, abandoned the West Russia stack in favor of a Kazakh stack. So I'll see if I'll be able to stack West Russia as a response. Yeah, and the battles went pretty well. I failed to even kill the infantry in Archangel with my bomber and infantry I sent, so that feels a bit bad. But both the Beetle and Ukraine battles and West Russia battles went without him hitting back, so I'm happy about that. I noticed that his 4 transports here are pretty awkwardly placed. So if I stack France and put my sub here in Sea Zone 3, the only province they can reach this round is Northwestern Europe. So, and if he lands everything there, I'll be able to wipe it next round at a pretty hefty profit. So he's gonna have to make some logistical concession here, no matter what he does. And here, I went for Sudan here, and Egypt should be dead zoned, either with these 2 units and the bomber, or with the Japanese units coming in. So if he wipes it, I can wipe it with Japan, and I'll get another transport to eventually capture Australia. And he's gonna have to send some US troops down here to contest Africa, or I'm gonna be able to get free income. Main point is the West Russia stack that I was able to get to establish this round. This is gonna pin a large amount of troops into Moscow, and it's probably gonna force him to abandon Caucasus, which is going to be more income into the pockets of Germany. Looks like he's dropped another UK Navy, and he dropped it in Sea Zone 6 here instead of outside Paris, which I don't quite understand why. Because he's gonna have to reinforce with US boats anyway, and I mean, I think the logistics are a bit worse if he's planning to move this transport up here. But I guess he can capture Norway that way. He also traded Egypt, and I was fortunate enough to get a hit off, so me being able to take it back without sacrificing a fighter is now a lot more likely. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna try and use this transport here to capture Egypt, go back, capture Australia, and then Madagascar, I think. and then I'm going to get another transport that will go up to Alaska, down to Hawaii, New Zealand, and then start to look for a cheeky Brazil capture later on. End of J3, I had to sacrifice a fighter to take Egypt, but that's somewhat expected with the 3 units, and it's like a 50-50 between me having a sack unit and not, I think. And captured Evenki without the incident, and this province is dead zoned from his side, but anything he sends here I can wipe again next turn, so I decided to just send all my troops up from Yunnan to Shizvan as usual. And I got a new transport here, and I sent my cruiser up so that the cruiser and destroyer together is probably enough to hold Alaska against the sub, but he has some potential to be very annoying with this sub here, so I may need to delay this whole operation a turn and give up some income there. I moved 2 fighters here in West Russia just to secure this battle, and this is also a very nice province to have Japanese fighters in general. They are in range to trade all the Russian provinces, and they are also in range to reinforce against any 1-2 punches on the German provinces. Alright, Germany 4. He did actually send his navy here to capture Norway, and he also went for this pretty interesting Greenland stack here instead of staying in sea zone 10. I guess it's a bit too demoralizing to just stay in the same sea zone, but it's also signaling that he's looking for a Karelia or Arkhangelsk landing next round. He also sent some troops down into French West Africa, a full 6 units, so that's gonna make the pressure on Germany a lot smaller for the time being. And he went for an 11 unit buy, which I don't think is gonna match up logistically. I think a lot of those are gonna be stuck in the US or Canada for a few turns here. So to respect his troops here, I ended up just blitzing through Congo and parking my tank in Rhodesia while I captured East Africa. This way, none of my units are in range of his transports here. So they're all going to survive, and he's either going to have to take the long way around, clearing over multiple rounds, or he's going to have to sacrifice tempo by using the same transport multiple times to capture Africa here. He also tied in Algeria, which is very nice for me. He chose not to sacrifice the fighter to deny German income, so I'm going to be a bit riskier. I think I mentioned that he sacrificed the fighter to take Karelia, which is I think a very weird move because he's only gaining 2 income from that. So I think the fighter will long term would have been much more valuable. And I get Caucasus as a result of my stack in West Russia, so I'm really happy about that. His transports here are either going to be landing in Finland, Karelia, or Archangel next turn. If he lands in Sea Zone 4, that's going to have some major logistical implications. He's going to have to delay landing these new troops here for another round if he does that. And if he lands in Finland, I'm just going to pivot back into Karelia and hold him off there while Japan continues to push. Wow, right, yeah, he's offering me India on round 4 here, so I think I will change my plans a bit and grab that. India secured. I think I have enough to dead zone it next round as well, so in 2 rounds I'll be able to produce from here. And then I think I'll go with my 3 factory setup here eventually. I'm collecting a very healthy income with both Japan and Germany this round. So I'm going to try and use that to get an early tempo on Moscow here. After India has fallen, I can also try and set up a VC victory by pressuring Hawaii. But that's more dependent on if I can hold France and Karelia at the same time here. If his logistics are too inefficient, I think that's possible, but like if he lands in Archangel here, I think a VC victory is pretty likely. But if he lands in Finland, I'm not sure if I'll be able to pull it off. He did indeed land in Archangel and Karelia. So this is a move that gains immediate tempo short term, but sacrifices a lot of efficiency in the long term. As you can see here in Eastern Canada, there's a ton of troops just on vacation at the moment, and they're not going to be picked up for at least 2 more rounds. These guys are going to have to go to Greenland next turn, so it's going to be a serious power shares dip in the amount of pressure Germany will be experiencing here. Last turn there were 8 transports threatening France and northwestern Europe. This turn there are 0 US transports threatening northwestern Europe and France. Only the UK is applying pressure to the mainland of Western Europe here. So I've thought about it a bit, and I think the dip in pressure here will coincide very nicely with a round 6 VC timing. So round 5 he'll go here, and then on round 6 he won't really have any pressure on either Karelia or France with the US, so it will be have to be up to UK to do the entire lifting, because Russia won't even reach in time. They'll only have 1 turn on the Russia 6. So then it's safe on the German front. I only need to set it up on the Japanese front, and there the challenge is retaking India after he trades it and being able to hold it next round. So I've put some German fighters here in range of India, and actually capturing Hawaii while also trading India. So this transport here will go up to Alaska and go back, but he has a 10% chance to clear it with the sub. So I'll also need to send at least 1 transport here, probably this carrier and destroyer from here up to the Caroline Islands to capture Hawaii. And then I think his best bet is to do some naval buy with the US in the Pacific. UK landed all available troops in northwestern Europe, so I'm going to be looking to destroy that on my Germany turn. And he recaptured India, so when I recapture it with Japan now, he's going to have no way of capturing it back within the end of round 6. So now it's mainly Hawaii here. I think, yeah, it's enough with the troops available here. So I'm gonna try and set up the timing to be as solid as possible. And this is the end of Japan 5. All the battles went pretty much without a hitch, and now I have most likely 3 transports and a fighter in range of Hawaii next turn, but guaranteed I have 2 transports. So it's gonna be pretty tough for him to contest here. And I've seen this player make this move a lot, where it just puts everything into a dead zone province and lets it get wiped. But in this particular case, it's I want to stack Paris to get the victory city win, so I don't think I can get super good profit margin, because ideally you'd want to move this France stack up and down and one-shot all the units here, so they only get 1 chance to hit back, and that way you're going to be trading 3 for 1 in the case of infantry and artillery, which is obviously a really good trade. But I'm gonna have to probably send 6 ground units here to clear it out together with the air, or at least 5, and that's gonna drain the defense of Germany and France. I think I'll still have a pretty comfortable margin, because these transports here won't be able to contribute and neither will the transports down here. Probably with all the troops committed down here in Africa and up here in Archangel. And that does it. It looks like he decided to surrender upon seeing the board state on US5. Yeah, I don't. I think it's below 1% chance to win any of these battles. So it's a reasonable decision. This is the final board state, and this is the final war report. And I also believe my rank has updated now. Let's see what we are at. Are we getting close? Oh, yeah. We're closing in on the top 10 of gold now. So only a few more matches probably.